What's up everybody, 40 the Broadway Saiyan here, and welcome back again to my YouTube channel with another video on Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis. In this video, I'm going to be doing my top builds for Lucia. Yes, this is the video where I'm going to be talking about Lucia again. You guys know that I main her. I absolutely love this character. I love the originality of the character, and it's finally time for me to show you guys the top builds, at least I think, that are good for Lucia with what's currently in game. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right to it. All right, so let's go ahead and go to solo party here, and I'm going to show you the 3 different builds that I have for Lucia. Okay, so you guys have seen this one before because I did talk about this build on my last Lucia video. This is essentially my elemental sigil breaker build. So you're going to want pulse gun on your main hand. The reason why you want pulse gun on your main hand is the support materia that she gets works for this sigil breaker build. That sigil boost 1 with circle allows you to deal +2 more broken circle sigils if you have that matching sigil. So what you want to do is, because this is primarily a physical built Lucia, there's a little bit of magic, but it is primarily physical. You want to equip the Ruin or Ruin Reblow circle on the very last slot. As you can see, I have that right here. So then that way, if the enemy happens to have the circle sigil, you are dealing more broken sigils on that enemy target. And then on her offhand, I went ahead and gave her Serpent Eater. Again, this was my elemental build. I just want her to focus on having elements on the main hand and the offhand. This one focuses on water. This is something that you could consider taking to the current Yellow Tonberry event, as well as Ramuh. Like, she absolutely slaughters Ramuh if you put investment into her, and especially if you have Serpent Eater. Now, with this build, you can actually swap Serpent Eater to be on the main hand if you want a bit more water damage, but this build, I have Pulse Gun because I do want this 3rd support materia slot to have that sigil boost. And then for the sub-equipment, the way that I focused on this is I gave her the Maritime Sword from the banner that features this weapon because I want her to have more water potency. I also gave her Mad Minute because this boosts her HP. HP is very important in this game. It's starting to become more and more important during endgame, and also boost physical ability potency when the attack stance is at max. So this allows her physical abilities to deal more damage as long as that stance is at max. And then finally, I haven't worked on this one yet, but once I do get this leveled up to 60, or I think 60 or 70, we will unlock another boost water potency. So this will boost more of her water damage, and also giving her more attack on her physical and magic attack. So that way she's able to deal more damage. Now, in terms of the costume, since we do get this one for free, most of you guys should already have this just by playing through the First Soldier story alone. You could equip this on her, the Marks Queen. This gives her some attack on physical and magic, and it also gives her some physical defense, which is nice. But if you have your gear voucher and you went for this one, this, in my opinion, is the superior battle gear for Lucia, especially because a majority of her really good attacks are of the physical variant. So this is a very, very good one for her. And to be honest, it just looks really, really sleek and looks really, really cool. I'm going to go back to list here because I do want to touch up on her limit breaks. So it really depends on the fight. I normally will have Cerulean Raven equipped. Now, the damage modifier is not nearly as high as Queen Shot, but what I love about this particular limit break is it has a physical attack and magic attack decrease debuff, and the potency on that is high. This is a clutch, especially like if you're fighting a very tough fight. Let's say Shiva, for example. Shiva is probably one of the most frustrating fights in the game currently, especially on very hard. When she's about to unleash an attack, you can use this and debuff, her offensive capabilities, so you're not nearly taking as much damage. This works well on Ramuh. Doesn't work on Ifrit because he's actually immune to this debuff, unfortunately. But it's a very, very good limit break. So if the enemy is not immune to physical and magic attack down, you would definitely want Cerulean Raven. However, if they are, then you could opt to go with Queen Shot because this does 2,000 physical magic non-elemental damage, so it does have magic on it as well. Or if you happen to have your summons built, go with the summon that works, because summons actually in this game are more powerful than limit breaks from what I've been observing. So those are some options there, but I like to equip Cerulean Raven. I just happen to really like that limit break better. All right, so the next build that I'm going to show you guys is going to be this one. So this is going to be your elemental debuffer type of Lucia. Let's switch this to Cerulean Raven. The reason why I say debuffer is because we have this weapon available to her. This is Mad Minute, where not only does it have a pretty good stats, it gives her boost HP and boost physical ability potency. So her physical abilities once again are getting an amp, and then afterwards it also gives her a debuff. Magic attack is decreased. So you have a magic attack debuff on this particular weapon. So if you don't have the limit break charged up fully and you need to debuff the enemy's magical attack, then this is a great option for her. This is a very cool weapon to have on her in terms of like debuff, so then that way she's able to help debilitate the enemy that you're fighting. And then I went ahead and went with Serpent Eater once again just to focus on that water element. Serpent Eater also having a single target, physical water attack, which is very, very good. In terms of the sub-equipment, there's some similarities to the other one, but I went ahead and gave her Maritime Sword again for more physical attack and water. And then I went ahead and gave her Hard Edge because she gets a boost in both magic and physical attack. And she gets boost wind resistance, which I don't know how that helps her at this point because I can't think of any fights where there's a lot of wind, but it's just the other secondary R ability. And then afterwards, I gave her Black Rifle, which has some very good reinforcement abilities, giving her boost attack and boost critical potency. Now, I know that this weapon, I was looking at this for a while, and you could consider using this for a debuffing set. However, I haven't really landed that silence, and a lot of the very hard fights, the majority of them are immune to this debuff, so unless there's some way to improve the potency inflict on this or something, but for immune fights, it doesn't even matter. I have regulated this to primarily being a sub-weapon because boost physical attack and boost crit potency is actually pretty solid for a physical damage dealer. So that's why I went with that particular sub-weapon for this build for Lucia. Okay, and then the final build that I'm going to show you. So this is going to be your utility support Lucia. I know that it's interesting to build her this way because her only real heal for allies is this weapon currently, which is the SSR 1976. So she gives the targeted ally increased magic defense and also gives them a little bit of a heal. So this is a way to kind of give her a little bit of healing. She does get boost HP and boost lightning potency. So if you have like Thundara Blow equipped on her or Thunder Blow, that you can benefit from that. But this is a way to kind of give her a little bit of healing. Her other weapon, which heals, which is Tranquilizer Gun, is only a self-heal, unfortunately. So this is going to have to be your support option if you want to run a support Lucia. And then afterwards, I gave her Mad Minute once again. So this kind of works hand in hand because let's say you're fighting a boss that primarily relies on magic attacks. You debuff their magic attack, and then you put that buff on each. You have to do it one by one, unfortunately, but you put that buff on your allies. So when they take that incoming magic attack, it's not going to do much because you have the buff and then you have that debuff that's been inflicted. And then for this particular build, I went with just improving her overall offense. So I gave her Heavy Hauser for boost attack and boost ability potency. I also gave her Tranquilizer Gun for boost heal because now we have a little bit of a heal on her, having the SSR 1976, and she also gets another boost ability potency. And then afterwards, I went with Hard Edge just for a little bit more offense for this particular build. Obviously, for the limit break, you want Cerulean Raven for more utility. However, if they are immune to that, then you could go ahead and switch over to Queen Shot. So this is going to be my top builds for Lucia. For those of you who are Lucia mains, let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Let me know if you found some combinations that you guys have seen that have worked really well for you that I didn't talk about. But I've been very, very happy using this character. I know she's not technically like the top or the best, but she's just a ton of fun to use. She's probably the best water damage dealer out there right now. Even with Cloud's Maritime Sword, I think she's actually better than Cloud in terms of the water damage. So if you're looking for like a water damage dealer, she's perfect for that. But all in all, let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know what kind of other videos you want to see from this YouTube channel. Thank you guys again for watching. Stay tuned for the next video and stay blessed, everybody.